Folks, I'm just going to give you a few pointers when growing a tree fern because I've been growing them a very long time. The first ones I planted back in the 1980s perished in a bad freeze at my last location. 8A, 8B was the growing zone. So in this location, northern 9A, this is virtually an evergreen plant. Okay, there's only been about maybe 2 or 3 winters since I planted this thing 27 years ago that these fronds actually turn brown. So the fronds will turn brown when temperatures go down to about 20 or below, 20 degrees Fahrenheit or below, and you can count on these babies going brown. And the most tender part of a tree fern is the crown up there, and I still got that protected. You see, I put some, I got burlap in there, and I just set a piece of this kind of foam on top, because if we were to get a frost, which is possible, it is early March, I don't want that to get damaged up in there, okay? And at this time of the year, probably the severity of frost is not going to be very bad, but better safe than sorry. So that's the most tender part of the tree fern, where the croziers emerge, the big fiddleheads. The hardiest part of the fern is the trunk. So this is a Dicksonia antarctica, Tasmanian tree fern, all right? So that trunk consists of roots, and that is the most cold hardy part of the fern. And then the second most cold hardy part are actually the fronds, right? But the least cold hardy part is the center crown. So, and often the mistake people make getting these things, they know nothing about them. They plant them out in their garden. The center of the crown freezes in a bad frost, and then your fern is dead. That's just the way it works. So this basically consists of roots. And when I planted this thing, it's got 6 feet of trunk now. And every spring, it's going to, actually, they're starting to come up right now. They're starting to bump up the fiddleheads. It pushes out, it can push up to 24 new fronds, giant fiddleheads. So this is last year's fronds, and the new fronds will come out and unfurl. And by late summer, I end up cutting these off because the old fronds kind of turn brown. So that's the way it works here in this climate. I have this one in an alcove. We have quite a few tree ferns in our garden. The other ones are smaller. And we also have some Cyathea cooperi. Those are Australian tree ferns, which are more tender. So this, folks, is a Zone 9A plant. This far north, this is a true Zone 9A plant. And a really cool plant to have. They're expensive. Generally 1 inch of trunk is 1 year of growth. And they usually sell for about $15 to $20 a trunk inch. So if you can find one for a good price, pick one up. They're a great plant for any exotic gardener. And you can always keep them in a pot and move them in, too, if you're in a colder climate. So, like I say, this one's pretty happy, and it's been there quite a long time. April 1994, I planted it. I water and fertilize it through the top as well. That's when I water it in the summer months or in the spring, which is going to be coming up soon, I water it through the top of the plant. I even soak the trunk down, too, and you can even miss the fronds. Unfortunately, now this one's growing in baking hot sun. There used to be a huge cedar tree here and a massive eucalyptus tree there that we got cut down about a month ago. So now we're going to see how this reacts to the full baking hot sun all day. It was kind of broken up with the cedar tree, and the cedar tree now is turned into tikis. Okay, there's a tiki there, part of the cedar there, there's top of the eucalyptus down there, tikis, 3 tikis, another tiki there. Bananas are still wrapped. I got to unwrap those. So anyway, folks, there it is. There's a little information on Tasmanian tree ferns, how to grow them properly in a northern climate. Okay, if you're in a southern climate, it's no problem, like if you're coastal California, but up here, you always take precaution. If you're going to get some extreme cold weather, be prepared to help it out a little bit. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos here on this channel. Cheers.